Speaking of space telescopes. So the first thing that came to mind was the Webb telescope. As Hubble's successor, it's the most powerful space telescope ever built. Although his mass is only half that of Haber, but the diameter of its main mirror is 6.5 meters. That's about 3 times the size of the Hubble telescope. Therefore, it has also become the most powerful eye of human beings. December 25, 2021. The Webb telescope was launched from the French JWST Space Center in South America. And then after a month-long flight, successfully reached the L2 Lagrange point on day 1. Predetermined track. About 150 million kilometers from Earth. It's now officially working. And recently brought us the first batch of infrared full-color high-definition deep space photos. We're looking at a picture here. It's one of those images from the Webb telescope. SMX Element 2 de 3 Galaxy Cluster. In the photo, every bright spot are galaxies like the Milky Way. There are at least 1,000 of them. They're about 460 billion light-years from Earth. This means that the interstellar cluster we see now, it was actually 460 billion years ago. In that period, the Earth has just been born. You can also see from the photo, the galaxy clusters are surrounded by a paste. And this is caused by the hidden lensing effect predicted by Einstein. Because the curved galaxies are more distant than the SMACS cluster. So that the light from the galaxy behind is propagating, deflected by the attractive force of the SMECS cluster. And that creates an arc. This is a picture I'm looking at right now. This is the Southern Ring Nebula, as seen by the Webb telescope. Designated as NGC 3132. It is about 2,000 light-years from Earth. The Southern Ring Nebula is a binary star system. One of the star's orbits, moving towards another dead star, and the surrounding spectacular nebulae is produced by the eruption of a dead star. This is a much sharper picture than Haber's. Resolution is also higher. We're looking at a picture here. It's the Stephan quintuple galaxy in the constellation Pegasus. It's about 280 million light-years from Earth. In 1877, astronomer Edward Stephan discovered for the first time. It can be seen that Stephan's quintuple galaxy is a colliding galaxy. They are approaching each other under the influence of attractive forces. will one day be fully integrated. And this photo is 150 million. More detailed than the Hubble telescope. This is a picture I'm looking at right now. This is the Carina Nebula, taken by the Webb telescope. It's inside the Centaur wall of the Milky Way galaxy, located about 7,600 light-years from Earth. The Carina Nebula is a diffuse nebula. It is also one of the most beautiful nebulae in the universe. It is mainly composed of green, harmful elements. Those gas clouds like mountains, up to about 7 light-years. This is the birthplace of the stars, because inside the nebula, there are a lot of stars being born. So study the bottom of the ship and make nebulae. It also sheds light on the mystery of the origin of stars. Since the Cambrian explosion 540 million years ago, life on Earth has evolved in many ways. Looking back at the entire history of the Earth, there have been 5 major extinction events. Every time an event occurs, would be a small matter for 80% of species on Earth. And were extinct because of the dinosaurs 65 million years ago. I was fortunate enough to be on stage, ultimately become the absolute ruler over other creatures. We humans have been living on Earth for nearly 1 million years. And for nearly 100 years, developed a highly developed civilization. And I'm beginning to see that. Is it possible for humans to be like other creatures in the future? In danger of extinction? It's not hard to find. Nothing in the universe can escape the fate of extinction. Even stars, it will also run out of fuel, eventually die. So the demise of humanity is inevitable. Therefore, scientists have also predicted several possibilities for human extinction in the future. Asteroid impact. We know there are many asteroids around the Earth, and the asteroid between the orbits of Jupiter and Mars, as many as 500,000. Suppose a slightly larger asteroid goes off course due to a collision. Fly to Earth. Then we will face a huge threat. During the Bay period 65 million years ago, it's an asteroid that's 10 kilometers in diameter and it hits the Earth. Causing dust to blanket the sky. The ecological environment is destroyed. Ultimately, the dinosaurs were on their way to extinction. So asteroid impacts have long been considered one of the greatest dangers to humanity. increased sunlight. The sun is a star. There's heat and reaction going on all the time inside. It is also the release of these energies, bringing light and heat to the Earth all the time. But the sun doesn't burn so smoothly. Because inside the sun, large amounts of hydrogen are gradually being converted into harm. This means that core density and pressure will increase. This makes any reaction more intense. According to astronomers' calculations, the sun's luminosity increases by about 10% every 1 billion years. And that 10% would make the liquid water on Earth evaporate and disappear. By then, the Earth will no longer be suitable for life. Global warming. Since humanity entered the Industrial Revolution, although our technology has been able to advance rapidly, but it also destroyed the Earth's atmosphere. According to statistics, humans emit tens of billions of tons of greenhouse gases into the Earth every year. So far, it has raised the average temperature of the Earth to 0.6 degrees. One of the most significant of these is at the poles of the Earth. Glaciers are melting at an accelerated rate. If humanity does not reduce its carbon emissions in the future, then the polar glaciers will eventually melt completely, causing sea levels to rise by nearly 100 meters. The climate of the Earth has been completely disrupted. Trigger a mass extinction event. For nuclear war. In addition to threats from space and the climate environment, humans themselves can put us at risk. The most likely scenario is nuclear war. After the Manhattan Project successfully detonated the first atomic bomb, humans have realized the horror of nuclear weapons. It's through fission. Nuclear fusion releases tremendous energy. The explosion was powerful enough to destroy a city. And not only that, atomic explosions also release nuclear radiation. The human body causes a radioactive disaster, causes skin ulcers and cancer. During World War II, the little boy who invested in Japan and the United States caused 200,000 deaths. As you can imagine, how dreadful are nuclear weapons? If there is a nuclear war in the future, then for humans, it would be devastating. The great Albert Einstein once said, "I don't know what weapons were used in World War III, but I know that the Fourth War must have used wooden sticks." Since the former Soviet scientist Nikolai Kardashev measured cosmic civilization into 3 levels. Dyson spheres, devices that attempt to absorb all the energy of stars, have come to be known. The corresponding Dyson sphere technology became the standard for secondary civilizations. According to the classification of Kardashev civilization, Level 1 civilization can use all the resources of the entire planet. Secondary civilizations can utilize the resources of entire planetary systems. A third-level civilization can utilize all the resources of the entire galaxy. And almost all the mass in planetary galaxies comes from stars. So as long as you can harness the full energy of the star, you can reach a second-level civilization. In 1960, Freeman Dyson proposed the Dyson sphere theory. This is a man-made object, conceived to include stars for energy mining. The theory holds that each planet has finite resources. Alien civilizations want to develop in a higher direction. Will definitely develop the star where it is located. Well known, Earth received only a fraction of the sun's light and heat to evolve life. The sun releases more energy per second than all of human civilization combined. Just use a hollow ball cover to protect the body. Envelope the sun, so as to absorb 100% of the sun's energy and utilize it. This was the prototype of the Dyson sphere. In 2011, scientists discovered a star named Cygnus. Horizontal 14 of K, IC 8462852 is wrapped by Dyson ball. His photometric curves vary widely and irregularly. If a planet blocks, luminosity drops by at most 1%. However, his luminosity dropped by 22% at its peak. Therefore, astronomers speculate that it could be that an alien civilization is building the word. But that's just a guess. So far, no evidence of a Dyson ball has been found. Dyson spheres exist only in theory. I hope that in the future, human technology will continue to develop. We'll be able to build balls with silk. Enter a second-level civilization. The universe, a vast expanse of space. Based on current theoretical evidence, the universe was born about 1380 billion years ago. After the birth of the universe, space is expanding faster than light, has reached an incredible scale. This is just the diameter that we see today. A sphere of space 93 billion light years. Compared to the large scales of the universe, as the ultimate speed of the universe 300,000 kilometers per second. Due to the limitations of the speed of light, it takes time to spread. That means we'll never see what the universe really is. We know the sun is the only star in the solar system. It is about 1.5 to 1 kilometers from the Earth. In other words, the sun we see is always the sun as it was 8 minutes and 20 seconds ago. Because his photons start from the surface, it takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach Earth. relative to the nearest star to the solar system, Proxima Centauri. Also Proxima Centauri 422 years ago. And through the Harvard network, the seen universe. And that's what the universe was like millions of years ago, or even more than 10 billion years ago. The rapid development of modern astronomy, thanks to Hubble looking at the sky. Since its launch in the 1990s, I have taken countless pictures of the deep space beauty of the universe for humans. The farthest ever photographed 13 billion, the aging GNZ1 Uni. And even though we're looking at Harvard, the universe you see is the real universe. But some distant celestial bodies may no longer exist. Creation within the Eagle Nebula. It's the most famous picture of the feather ever taken with the Harvard telescope. It is approximately 6,500 light-years from Earth. Astronomers discovered nearly 20 supernovae are about to explode in the Book of Creation. This means that the shock wave of the supernova explosion will destroy creation. It's just that we won't be able to see what the Creator looks like now until 6,500 years later. The light race is like a cage. It limits our ability to explore the universe. Scientists can only infer the current state of the universe from the information they observe. And what the universe really looks like, we'll never know. With the advance of modern science, humans have realized that the Earth is just a speck of dust in the universe. Facing the vastness of the universe, our planet seems very lonely. Since the last century, scientists have been searching for signs of life in Dubai. After more than half a century, still nothing to this day. And that leaves all of us with one question in common. That's the aliens. Where the hell are they? The current search for extraterrestrial life is based on Earth. Many people think that this one-sided approach to search may be wrong. But is that really the case? Actually, scientists look for extraterrestrial life by Earth standards, because so far only life exists on Earth. If a planet has an atmosphere, liquid water and oxygen, then the possibility of finding extraterrestrial life will be greatly improved. Although in addition to the carbon machine life in the Earth environment, scientists have also imagined other forms of life. As early as 1891, German scientists such as Lo Schenner have proposed returning to life. At that time, scientists already knew that organic matter could be synthesized chemically. So carbon is not what you need for life. You can look at the periodic table. The black element is ranked below the carbon element. Both are widely distributed in the universe. Therefore, scientists believe that there may be life in the universe composed of silicon elements. Even think there's Pinky, amino, and other life forms. But that too is a hypothesis. Scientists can't go aimlessly searching the universe with a hypothetical traveling life. Therefore, the probability of finding extraterrestrial life is the highest by the standard of Earth. And that's why scientists have been using planetary standards. So far, no trace of extraterrestrial life has been found. But the universe is so vast. In the depths of a galaxy, a corner, there must be a sighing life like our Earth.